the Planning Committee meeting of February 9th to order. We have one item on the agenda, if I'm not mistaken. I say that because I printed out the agenda, Jim, and then buried it 3 days ago. So,
You are
Yeah,
correct.
see, it's too early, like I said.
yeah, that's right. I printed it too early. You're right. So anyway, we'll do attendance because that's the appropriate thing to do first.
Hey, Mr. Slocum,
Here. Hi, Marilyn.
Mr. Burway. I know
Present.
he's in his car, and Mr. Jinks, you have a quorum.
We have a quorum. We have us all. Here we are. Okay, so let's move into the order of discussion, which is basically approval of a resolution. Jim, you've received it, no doubt. It was in our packets. So I guess I can read it into the record if that's okay. Make it easier for everyone, I'm sure. Be resolved, the Town Council approves Resolution 020921-7. Of course, this is our committee. Be it resolved that the Town Council appoints Attorney Jeffrey D'Onofrio of Chula and D'Onofrio LLP as Town Attorney for the Town of Cheshire for the term of April 1, 2021 through January 31, 2023. And be it further resolved, the Town Attorney shall handle legal matters for the Town Council and the Town of Cheshire and is responsible for the coordination and execution of all work performed by Chula and D'Onofrio LLP, as well as all work performed by special counsel hired by the Town Attorney. And be it further resolved, the Town Council authorizes the execution of an agreement for said legal services pursuant to the Town Charter, Section 5-1, and the terms as presented and discussed. So if someone could accept that motion as entered and then second it, we can discuss it.
I'll move the
I'll
motion.
accept it.
Okay, thank you. So it's been moved and
Thank you.
seconded. Okay, now we'll go ahead with the conversation. We also received in our packet the contract terms, and Sean, correct me if I'm mistaken, they're essentially approvable based upon discussions we've had. The council's reviewed them. I assume any fine points to be filled out afterward will be minor in form. Is that correct?
That's
Because
correct.
as I read this, it addresses everything that we had. And when I say we, I'm referring to a meeting that we had with Jeffrey D'Onofrio, Sean, myself, and Council Chairman Orris, and we discussed basic terms. We requested some clarification be stated, not clarification, but detailed terms of the dollar amounts and things like that be stated completely in the contract. So he's put that all together for us. So that's essentially referred to as backup to the resolution. Any questions? Any comments? Any concerns?
Yeah, I have a quick question.
Sure.
Did you take a look at what the, I mean, I know this isn't about saving money necessarily, but I was curious as to what the savings might be with this firm versus our current firm.
I think that's a very fair question. I would have to guess that we may be looking at 20%. I don't know for sure. I mean, we're doing a big job on the retainer itself, knowing full well that it's based on 50 hours and more hours may be part of it. Also knowing full well that there are things outside of the retainer, but it's my estimation those weren't necessarily outside the retainer of Val Smith, but I know litigation was never included in that as regular hours. That would always be billed. I'm guessing maybe 20%, but that's really just a guess. That's why I think it'll be helpful that we have the quarterly backup and reconciliations, which will be detailed. He referenced some kind of a plan that they've used for a long time, which I think is common in the legal world. So they can back it up very quickly. They can do it on a monthly basis if needed be, but we decided quarterly would be fine. I think staff thought that would be just great. And we should know, I would think, after a few quarters, how much it's going to save us. But then again, anything come up. You agree, Sean, Arnett? Any comments to that?
That sums it up.
Okay.
And this is
So-
for 2-year term, is that right?
Yes, this is
Almost
actually
2023?
which is really to put it back on track with what we typically, a council will do in its new term. So a new council will be elected in November. And typically, even though it's not written in code, typically that would give them an opportunity to review it on a timely manner. If a contract is up in November, in January. So that's where that lay. So.
Okay.
Also,
If I could-
nothing outside of the charter is taking place here either. This is simply, charter created in terms of what goes on here, but we have a contract instead this time. Dave, did you say something?
Well, I was just going to say, just to elaborate, the hourly rate is considerably less expensive, but
Absolutely.
he's expecting to use a lot less time. He's expecting to be more efficient, to use his representation of other communities that are similar in size and complexity to ours, that he thinks he's going to do the amount of work that's necessary in less time. So on paper, at least, it's considerable savings, but I'm not looking at it as a savings in terms of the dollars. I think that's extra. I think that he's just planning on being more efficient and not being as bureaucratic, I think, and quicker with his information and quicker in his writings of opinions and giving of information.
I don't know if he's one to oversell. We got nothing but good references from him. But I think he is confident, as David indicates, that he can definitely get a lot of work done in an hour. I think that's a way to sum it up. So,
Yeah, I appreciate that. And I wasn't, I know this isn't about necessarily, the decision wasn't about saving money or wasn't a
No,
budgetary,
but-
it wasn't a budgetary question. I just wanted to get a sense of what the
No, but
difference
I-
was.
but I think that is another thing that does come across the table here clearly. If someone just compares a $21,000 container to $9,250, they say it's a no-brainer. I don't say it's a no-brainer because of that, because we know there's more that goes into that. And that's why I wouldn't say we cut the price in half, because that would be brutally dishonest. But here's hoping. So anything else? Okay, well, this is a motion that will come before council. We're simply referring it to the full council. So I'm going to call for a vote to move this to the full council for consideration later tonight as resolution number 7. So all those in favor?
Aye.
Who made the
Aye.
motion?
So the motion to move it to council for its consideration, approval, or whatever has been approved unanimously by the planning committee. So I believe that concludes the business of the planning committee for tonight.
Yes, do you need a motion to adjourn?
We do need a motion to adjourn, and with that, we also have to sit and wait until our meeting again, right, guys? So there's room for snack.
Yeah,
and
same group.
same
At
group.
6.
But David will be into another hot seat. Okay, good. All those in
Well-
favor of adjournment? Aye.
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 We're
Our next-
adjourned.
All right.
Our next